All right. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I am out on the deck again because it's a nice day. I probably don't even need this long sleeve shirt, but I don't know. Whatever. It is fall, right? That's what I'm telling myself. We're in October. Can you believe it's October? And we're creeping up on Halloween, which is my very favorite holiday. Partially because it's right before my birthday, but partially because I just love Halloween. So, not the scary part of Halloween. I like the candy and the pumpkins and apple cider. You can keep the pumpkin spice, but I like apple cider a lot. Love pumpkin pie. I'd rather have pumpkin pie than cake. But it has to be good pumpkin pie. I don't just want any pumpkin pie. Anyway, but that's beside the point. So I'm out here. You can probably hear the one of the roosters in the background. I'm not sure if it's Andy or if it's the other one. Ina hasn't named him yet. But yes, I'm out on the deck. It's a beautiful day, and I have my stitch along in my hoop, and we're going to be talking about our progress. And I'm going to show you some things on my hoop that it's all part of the learning process. So as I'm going along, I get a little bit better, I think, and then I regress a little bit, then I get a little bit better, and then I regress. So anyway, whatever. It's totally fine, right? So, oh yeah, today we're gonna do the stitch along Wednesday. I'm going to take you on a quick kind of walk through the garden before the garden kind of dies back for the season, because we're almost to the end of the season here in Missouri. And we'll check out the chickies and maybe the duckies and I don't know, whatever. We'll take a walk on Wednesday. But today I just want to remind you that if you haven't entered the Year of Self-Care monthly contest yet, there is still time, and all you have to do is take a picture of something that you're working on and hashtag Black Sheep Fiber Emporium. Just make sure that you tag us, Black Sheep Fiber Emporium, or hashtag BSFE, so that I can find you. That's the key. Because if I can't find you, I don't know that you've entered. So that's the big thing right there. Let's see. So a lot of this project has been chain stitches, and it is eventually going to be a lot of double cross stitch, because that's what we're going to use to make our stars. So if you chose to do kind of the beginners, the slightly easier course, then you're probably just hanging out, having fun with a lot of stars. But if you chose to do the intermediate version, then you may find that you are doing a lot of chain stitch. I'm doing a lot of chain stitch. I am getting a lot better at my chain stitch, though, because I'm having so much practice. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about kind of working on the stitch along and some things that I would have done differently. And anyway, I wanted to show you the progress, that's what I want, the progress that I've made on my stitch along. And I am nearly done with all of my motifs. Let's see, I have like just the tiny little nose to do on Taurus, and then I have the face to do on Aries, because those are both single strand. And then I have the housefly to do as well, because that's also single strand. So but I had a little bit of double strand left, so I popped over into Pisces to work on Pisces. But, you know, I still have a little bit left on my Taurus and my Aries, because I have the single strand to do. But let me flip the camera down, and we'll talk a little bit about things that I wish I had done differently, and things that I'm, like, kind of happy with. So, oh, and we're just going to ignore the dog barking. That's probably the UPS guy. And she can just bark her little head off. I don't really care. So, flip it. And see if, let's see. I forget which way this has to go. This way? Yeah, there we go. All right. So I took my hoop off. That way we can get a little better look, hopefully, at my work. And excuse me while I move things around. And Abby! Thank you. Every so often that actually works. Most of the time it doesn't. So here's where I am. You can see just kind of like my whole work. Now let's take a look over here. I actually did Virgo first. Virgo was my very first piece. If I was doing this again, uh-oh. No, go away, wind. I'll use my little seedling guide. Sorry, hang on, guys. Yeah, just a little bit of wind. Here, where are we? Virgo. There she is. So this is Virgo. If I was doing this over again, I would have picked a different motif to start with. I like Virgo, but she had more detail than what I was really prepared to do. If I was going to start with one, I probably would have started with Ursa Major. This would have been a much better starting point and better practice for my chain stitch. You can see over here that the chain stitch on Virgo is much tighter and much narrower than what I ended up with on my Ursa Major, and Ursa Major looks just fine. I didn't need to be stitching so tight. I didn't need to have my chain stitch so small. I had kind of the same issue over here with Aquarius, where my chain stitch sometimes it's just super tiny, and I don't know why I do that. It doesn't have to be quite that fine and tiny. Some other things are, I probably would have gone through and done, instead of like just finishing motif after motif, probably would have gone through and done most of my double strand stitch work first, and then come back in and done all of these like straight stitches, like on this lyre, over here in the bow. These straight stitches are very wiggly. Probably would have done them last, just so that I could kind of preserve the integrity of the thread and the stitching. And in fact, I may go back in on these and take them out and redo them, because they aren't really holding anymore, just because I've manipulated this, like here, especially this one. I've manipulated this fabric so much when I was doing my other stitching that, like, I have a really wiggly arrow here, and I've got a really wiggly arrow over here, and I just feel like I need to go back in, and I will probably pull out, like, especially up here on the scales. And I'll pull these all off, I'll clip them off, and I'll do them again, because I'm just not happy with them now. But those are tiny things. Overall, I've really loved stitching on the Kiriki Stitch Along, the star map. I think it's super pretty. I love the, I don't know if you can see, like, the graduation in the colors on these what's the word I want? Hand printed samplers. But the color is so pretty on these. You get such a subtle gradation between the like this really dark indigo and these lighter indigo. And I can't wait to get all the stars on here. That'll be the next thing I need to do, is get all the stars on here once I get all of my motifs stitched. And I think it's going to be a really, really pretty piece to mount. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to mount this in the hoop that it came with. I probably will, just because that's easier for me, or if I'm going to do something else. But there's a good chance that I'm just going to stick it in the hoop that it came with. But all right, see if I can stick that over there for a minute. So anyway, those are some things that I learned as I was going along. If you haven't yet started your star map, you might consider starting with Ursa Major and getting a really good sense of your chain stitching before you work your way into any of the other motifs. It's fairly straightforward. It doesn't have too many curves in it, although it is somewhat curved, but it doesn't have too many curves in it, like getting into Taurus down here, or Aries. Lots of curves in these guys. Another thing is, I do not like the mane that I got on my giraffe. I feel like some of my straight stitches were just, but I'm probably going to leave that, because I'm much more concerned about these straight stitches in my arrows that look all wonky versus the tiny little stitches in the giraffe mane, which I mean, come on, in the long run, I'm probably not going to notice it. It just bugs me right now. But that's the kind of person that I am. So anyway, I am getting close to having all of my motifs done. We may talk about the stitch along one more time, just once I get closer to being done. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to be over here. But I don't think we're going to keep talking about this every Monday, just because, well, we don't really need to talk about this every Monday. So I don't have a whole lot left to do on it. I'm getting there. So how are you all doing on your stitch alongs? Have you made progress? Have you been able to do any stitching at all? I know Spin Together kind of interrupted some of us. It definitely interrupted me. I did not stitch on this hardly at all for several days because of Spin Together. But we had a great time, and everybody turned in their yardage, and I think I submitted it because I put that on the Google Sheet. So anyway, Spin Together was, I think, a ton of fun. All right, hang on, guys. There we go. All right. So I've really enjoyed my star map stitch along. I have it open to the page I was working on. There we go. My star map Constellation series stitch along. I'll be really curious to see if Michelle does a second one, because if it's as fabulous as the first, I'm probably gonna have to do that one too. And I'm really excited because she said that the ornament kits should be in stock very soon. So hopefully by the end of the month, so I can get some of those ordered, because I think they're super cute. And I definitely need a set of them for Ina. So if anyone else is interested in the ornament kits, let me know, because I will try to get them ordered soon. Or if you want to pick up a star map, let me know. I think we're sold out at the moment, but I can get more of them. I'll put a pre-order link up soon, so if you would really like to grab another one, you can. Or if you have been enticed into doing it now that you've seen my work, and hey, I'm not the best. I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. So I'm just saying, you don't have to be the best at something to do it. I struggle with that a lot, but you don't have to be the best at something to do it. So I am going to get more of those in. And I also need to tell you, for the few people that are still watching, we're going to have a big sale. So Tina, we tried to have a big sale earlier this year, but we just didn't have enough inventory reduction. And we need to sell down the yarn and the fiber. Like, we need to sell down the yarn and the fiber so that Tina can move. Yeah, because Tina and David, they bought a house and they're moving, and they're still in Hillsboro, but they're moving. So we need to sell some yarn and fiber, and that means big sale. So starting October 26th, because Tina sent me dates this morning, through November 1st or 2nd. I think through November 1st. We're gonna have like a Halloween sale, I guess. It's trick or treat with lots of treats. So big sale at Tina's, but there'll also be, you know, sale portions online as well, as we try to cut down on the yarn and fiber that she has so that it's easier to move. So anyway, look forward to that. I'm hoping to get a newsletter out by Friday to kind of tell you more about it, and then I'll throw something up on Instagram and Facebook as well. So anyway, oh, sorry guys. Sleepy. I'm always sleepy at this time of the afternoon because I finally get Ina to go lay down for a nap at like 3 o'clock. Daylight saving just was really hard on us in terms of nap times. That was Andy. I can see him crowing. Anyway. So let's see. So there's a big sale coming up. Stitch along's almost done. I'm going to take you on a walk through the garden soon. And then remember, I am gone our regular times next week. I'll be gone Monday and Wednesday next week I have my rabbit convention, so I'm out. But I thought I get back Wednesday, so Thursday I'm going to do a big how to wash your hand spun sort of special video at 3 o'clock. So not 3:30, but at 3 o'clock on Thursday, because I'm going to try to move Ina's nap time up a little bit. And anyway, we're going to do a special how to wash your hand spun next week. And then I'll be back the week after that. We're going to start November off, my birthday month. We're starting my birthday month off with knitted lace on Monday the 1st. And then I haven't decided exactly what we're doing on Wednesday the 3rd yet, so I'll put that up once I make a firm decision. I thought about going back downstairs and doing more weaving, but don't know yet. So anyway, just things to look forward to in the next few weeks. I did put all of the events on Facebook. I know I'm behind getting my videos on YouTube, so I will try to get that done today. Because I think both of last week's videos have to be downloaded and then uploaded. But Facebook made it harder, so I haven't been keeping up, at least last week. I was just busy and tired last week. Anyway, alright, what else do I need to tell you guys about? That's most of it. If you haven't heard, we are going to do Slow Crawl again next year. It'll be the 5th anniversary for the Slow Yarn Crawl. And I am looking for shops that are interested in joining. And I've already sent out invitations to the old shops. And then I've sent out some invitations to new shops. So if you know of a shop in the Pacific Northwest, so that's pretty much Washington and Oregon, that would like to join our Slow Yarn Crawl, make sure that you have them contact me through the slowyarncrawl@gmail.com email, because we're coordinating that again. And Tina's already working on patterns for Black Sheep, and I already told Pearly Shell that I would do their knit pattern again. And then we're talking about maybe doing a knit along, crochet along type pattern or something, I don't know, where you have, like, we'll release the pattern. It won't be a mystery. It won't be a mystery. But it'll be a knit along, crochet along, where you have the pattern and you can make it to wear during the slow crawl. So that's a possibility. Don't quote me on that. Depends on how much time I get this fall to get things done. But anyway, that's one of the things that I am, cross your fingers, hoping will happen. Yeah. So I think you're all caught up now. I hope that you have been enjoying your stitch along. I really like my sampler that I've been working on here. It's very soothing to me. I could have done better on my French knots on the giraffe too. Oh well. Anyway, there's things that I'm going to actually probably cut off and redo. Like I said, some of those straight stitches just aren't straight enough for me now. So I am going to fix those. But I'm getting close. I'm getting very close to being finished. I just have like a little section left. I think I have Pegasus, Pisces, the fly, and then some little details to do on Aries and Taurus. So once I run out of thread in my chain stitching with this double strand that I put into my Pisces over here, then I'll go back, I'll finish Taurus, I'll finish Aries, I'll probably do the fly, and then I'll move my hoop over again so that I can do Pisces and Pegasus, and those will be my last two before I start on my stars. So I'm getting really, really close to having the stars ready to go. We are probably going to do another order to Japan, so if there was something that you just really wanted, let me know. There's some advent calendars and things that Tina found that she says look super fun. So we are talking about getting a few of those in. If you are interested, we'll try to get the pre-orders up this week. And hopefully that'll go out in the newsletter too. So anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long because I need a coffee. And then I have some like actual work to do before I get to play with my stitching again. Because thank you to everyone that has ordered. Just, you know, thank you, because it really helps us when you make those orders. That way we can keep playing and finding new stuff and bringing more fun things into the shop. And you know, put it in your budget that you're going to do the Halloween blowout at Tina's house and go pick up a bunch of yarn and fiber to help her cut down on our stock so that it's easier to move. So anyway, like, start budgeting for it now. I'm just like throwing that out there. We've got like a week-ish. So, ish, until that starts. So anyway, I will see you guys on Wednesday. As I always say, please take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, craftually. Make sure that you're crafting a little bit every day. Like I said many times, even if it's just 15 minutes, I think it really helps with your mental and emotional health to do a touch of crafting every day. Don't forget to keep posting for your year of self-care. This month was all about trying new things, putting into place the new things that you learned last month. But if you didn't do that, that's okay. It's your year of self-care. You do what you need to do. And everything counts. So even if it's like the stitch along, spinning, knitting, crochet, quilting, sewing, any other embroidery, tatting, Mediterranean knotted lace, bobbin lace, whatever, just make sure that you're tagging Black Sheep Fiber Emporium so I can find your post, and that way you can be entered for the monthly drawing. And if you haven't yet done so, do please like the Facebook page, tell your friends about us, and make sure that you have subscribed to the YouTube channel so that when we put those new videos up, you get notifications. I think Tina is even running a special drawing, maybe, for her 100th or 101st video that she's put up with her morning coffee. So anyway, go check it out. I'll see you guys Wednesday.